What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, going back to U2, yes indeed, U2 fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Steve Smith, and this is actually one of Steve's 3 prioritized requests for the month of August for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Steve. Hope you enjoy the show. Steve wanted to see me react to this. It is U2 with a tune called I'll Go Crazy If I Don't Go Crazy Tonight.
Phones are open, folks.
Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's say this was posted by U2, no surprise there, and the video has 2.4 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. U2. I'll go crazy if I don't go crazy tonight. U2 360 degrees. Whatever that means, I have no idea. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Put your hand in the air. Right hand. Left hand. Señorita. Got a kind of Cuban beat going here. Here we go. All the way to the back. And the sides. Come on now. She's a rainbow and she loves a peaceful life. Knows I'll go crazy if I don't go crazy tonight. There's a part of me in the chaos that's quiet, and there's a part of you that wants me to riot. Everybody needs to cry or needs to spit. Every sweet tooth needs just a little hit.
Call me crazy, but I'm kind of getting, I know this is going to be a stretch, but hear me out. I'm kind of getting Run Like Hell vibes from Pink Floyd. That guitar riff with the delay setting that he has. That would be Run Like Hell, but listen to this guitar riff with the delay.
Just a little hit.
See what I mean? Just ever so slightly. It just kind of gives you a little bit of ice. Very similar tempo too. Now the rhythmic pattern that is happening within the percussion, that's different. But I couldn't help but notice between the notational selection, the rhythmic pattern in the guitar playing, along with the delay settings, kind of gave me Pink Floyd vibes a little bit. It's not a bad thing. I like that song, so I can't help but notice it. I'm digging this. I'm digging this on all fronts. The song's got a nice groove, nice feel. It's got that nice Latin, I believe Bono said a Cuban feel. I absolutely see that. Feels good. I like it. It's got a nice drive, nice energy. As far as the chordal progression, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's mind-blowing, but it sounds good. It feels good across the board. The live show, from what I've seen so far, I like everything I'm seeing. Lots of crowd interaction right from the get-go. With Bono taking charge, leading the crowd. That's not just crowd interaction, that's showmanship too. So that's awesome. A lot of movement and motion on the stage. They're utilizing the entire set on this one. I mean, Edge is even coming around. So he left the main stage and he's walking around. So is Larry. So is Bono. There's a lot of movement and motion happening, which is great. You have this giant, elaborate set. Use it. You're paying by the square foot. Use every square foot as often as you can. Why not? So yeah, I mean, they're using all the real estate, putting some nice effort into the live performance, and the song sounds really good. Honest to God, folks, I got no complaints about this. None. Stark contrast to the reaction I did for the first reaction I did this month in August. Something about a crash car. Daddy's gonna buy your crash car, take care of your crash car, something like that. God, what a stark contrast. What a stark contrast. I was gonna say something else. What was I gonna say? Forgot. Maybe it'll come back to me. Let's keep going for right now. And now we have stage interaction.
How can you stand next to the truth and not see it?
Yeah, back to back. Why not?
Change of heart, consider. It's not a hell, it's a mountain. As you start out the climb, listen for me, I'll be shouting. We're gonna make it all the way to the light. But I know I'll go crazy if I don't go crazy tonight. I know I'll go crazy if I don't go crazy tonight. Every generation gets a chance to change the world. Pity the nation that won't listen to your boys and girls. 'Cause the sweetest melody is the one we haven't heard.
Crowd interaction from Edge, nice.
Is it true that perfect love drives out all fear? The right to be ridiculous is something I hold dear. But a change of heart comes slow.
Let's go back.
It's not a hell, it's a
What's so hard about this? See, I love it when people say you expect too much. You expect too much from live shows. What do you want to see? Cartwheels? You want to see somersaults? Still my favorite to this day. You want to see them getting shot out of a cannon? No. I don't need to see cartwheels. I don't need to see somersaults. I don't need to see jumping through hoops. I don't need to see jumping up and down on the trampoline. I don't need to see being shot out of a cannon through flaming hoops. I don't need to see all that. This is what I need to see. Right here. Right here. You know what that's called? Effort. It's called effort. It's all I really want to see in a live show. I want to see the performers on stage playing the music and putting some effort into the live show. That's all I want to see. You want to walk around this stage, interact with each other. You don't even need to run. Just walk. Walk over to each other. Interact with each other. Walk up to the front of the stage. Interact with the crowd. Movement, motion, kinetic energy, physics 101, people. It's not hard. And I love it when people complain about me expecting too much. Nah, that's not the problem. The problem is maybe you don't expect enough. Maybe your standards are just so low because you're so used to mediocre bands. Maybe that's the problem. You see, these guys, this performance, they're demonstrating that one, they care. Two, they're willing and able to put in the effort to put on the best live product that they can for their audience, who are paying probably a unholy amount of money to be in that audience. Don't you want to give the crowd their money's worth? Don't you care enough to give the crowd their money's worth? And if your band doesn't, maybe you should find a new favorite band, a band that actually does care. Just an idea, you know? Right here. Beautiful. Effort. Attention to detail. Pride in their product and in their brand. And of course, most importantly, they obviously care enough about their fans to do all of the above. And how hard is that? Seriously, how hard is it? Walk toward each other, turn around, go back to back while you're playing. How hard is that? Seriously, how hard is that? If that's too hard for you, I don't know, maybe you should practice a little more. You know? As a musician, as a performer, oh, that's too much effort. That's too difficult. That might take away from my playing. If that's going to take away from your playing, you need to take lessons. Lots of them. You are going to need all the help you can get. And like I said, for audience members, for fans of that band, if this is expecting too much, you need to raise your standards. Seriously. This is awesome. I love it. We've seen, if I'm not mistaken, all 5 major check boxes were checked like a minute ago, 2 minutes ago. Stage presence, check. Stage energy, check. Stage interaction, lots of checks there. Crowd interaction, lots of checks there. Showmanship, lots of checks there. They've already checked off all 5 boxes. They could coast right now if they wanted to, but I would love to see them continue to sharpen those saws. The more they sharpen those saws, the more their stock with me goes up. So hopefully they don't stop here, and hopefully they keep going and keep doing what they're doing, because it looks great. It looks amazing. So here's hoping. Anyway, back to it. Going, but it's still energy. Cheap energy, but it's still energy. And the song is nice. Good upbeat energy.
California.
The cheap pop, California.
Shouted from the rooftops. I know I go crazy. I know I go crazy. I know I go crazy if I don't go crazy. No, I go crazy. No, I go crazy.
Larry came in smooth on that. Right on the beat. See, here's that. I'm at the Rose Bowl. Hey! Pasadena. Home of the Bruins. And from there, it sounds like they're going into the next song without stopping, which is always cool. Okay. For those of you that watched my first YouTube reaction this month to that song, I don't remember the name of the song. Daddy's something about a red car and Dad's going to take care of it, or Dad's going to buy it, or whatever. I don't remember the name of the song because, quite frankly, nah. It was not a good time. It really was not. This is going to be a stark contrast to that reaction. I got a lot to say. And in direct polar opposition to that reaction, it's all good. It's all good. I'm looking forward to this review. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was U2 with I'll Go Crazy If I Don't Go Crazy Tonight.
Tonight!
This was a request from Steve Smith, and this was actually one of Steve's 3 prioritized requests for the month of August for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Steve. Hope you enjoyed the show. Wow. What a difference. What a difference. I had to go back. I had to go back, and I had to look at the name of that song I did. The first reaction to for U2 this month. Daddy's Gonna Pay for Your Crashed Car. And I feel that the title of that song is very appropriate. Consider the car wreck that performance was. Very fitting. Very fitting. And I absolutely tore that performance to shreds. And I know people are going to be upset about what I said, and I'm sure a number of U2 fans calling for my head, really upset with what I said, and more than likely, you know, if they were members of the fan base, there's a very good chance that they left the fan base and are never coming back. Oh well, you know, I mean, that's all I gotta say to that is obviously you didn't belong on the channel in the first place. So it's just so funny that this is such a stark contrast, more than Discotheque. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked Discotheque. It was cool. It had a good live performance. A lot of attention to production. This, on the flip side, also a stark contrast as far as the live performance goes, with no production, no relying on props, no relying on lifts, no relying on a giant disco ball shaped like a lemon. You know, not a whole, just them, just the 4 of them bringing the best out of themselves and giving their all for a live performance. What a stark contrast. And on top of it, the song's not bad either. the song's a really good song to boot. I think y'all might see where this may be going. I'm hoping when I give the score, I'm hoping people aren't too disappointed, but I don't think there's going to be too many U2 fans disappointed with the score and what I'm going to say. So, let's get to that score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.7. Yep, 8.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.7. What does that mean? Well, an 8.7 would translate to a great scale rating. So overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and an A letter grade. So there you go, an 8.7, great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Haha, so glad you asked. Let's start with the song. The song on its own is a really good song. It's got great energy. It's got great drive. It just establishes that groove right from the beginning. And it was funny. I believe Bono said at the beginning it's going to be a Cuban feel. I could absolutely see that. It was definitely a Latin feel for sure. Was it a specific Cuban feel? Maybe. It might have been. It had a lot of the characteristics, a lot of accents on the offbeats and downbeats, so one right after the other. So usually offbeat to downbeat, a lot of that accents, kind of like that. But not downbeat to upbeat, upbeat to downbeat, and that's very typical of Cuban. So I'm not saying it's not correct. I'm not saying that. There's a very good possibility. It probably is. I don't know. I would have to. I'm not really, an expert on Latin grooves, but I mean, I'm sure that someone out there probably is, and they can correct me if I'm wrong. But I mean, it definitely sounded Latin without question. And there's a very good chance that it is a Cuban rhythmic pattern that they came up with. So it felt good, sounded good, easy to groove to, easy to follow along with. It's not complex. As far as rotation goes, couldn't help but notice, and that the more I think about it, the more I'm wondering if that was intentional. The whole comparison to "Run Like Hell" from Pink Floyd, and I can't get Edge's guitar riff out of my head with that delay. And the notation and the rhythm pattern he was coming up with his picking, interacting with that delay. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people out there who disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm sure there's also going to be a number of people who are going to go, now that I've heard that, and now that you said it, I can't unsee it. You're absolutely right. It does remind me of "Run Like Hell" from Pink Floyd. I'm sure there's going to be people who see it too. But it's cool. I like it. I like that little call out. If that is, in fact, where the Edge got his idea for his guitar playing. He got inspiration from Pink Floyd. Nothing wrong with that. It wasn't pure plagiarism. It wasn't a direct carbon copy. It just kind of reminded me of "Run Like Hell." I thought that was really cool. The chordal progression sounded really nice, using the minor dominant. But when we go up to the chorus, modulating up to the major, to the natural major, moving up those 3 semitones. Sounded really good. Really nice contrast. Flowed well. Very natural. Did not sound janky whatsoever. And it just felt good overall, man. The chordal progression made perfect sense. Melodic lines, harmonies, all made perfect sense. I got no issues with the song whatsoever. I really don't. I really dug the song. I would give the song on its own, I would give it about a 7.7 in all honesty. I think it's a really good song. But I'm giving this an 8.7, a full point higher. How did that happen? Well, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you already know what I'm going to say. So say it with me, kids.
Sing it out one time.
A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. And in this case, in stark contrast to that other song, in this case, it helped. It helped a lot. It helped it a full point higher.
More seductive than sex.
You can't say that on TV.
I can say that.
That's not easy to do, but they did it. And I have absolutely no qualms with that, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons why.
So we're all gonna go to school right here for a couple of minutes.
Let's, first and foremost, let's go down the checklist. Let's see if they checked off all the boxes. Spoiler alert, they did. And they did it within the first minute and a half. So let's go down the checklist. Let's see if I'm right. Maybe I missed something. Stage presence, check, without question. They look like performers. They act like performers. I got absolutely no issue with anything that happened on the stage presence set. Stage energy, check. Big check. I'm going to get back to that in a second, but just take it from me. That's a big check. Stage interaction, again, big check. I'm going to get back to that. Crowd interaction, again, big check. I'm going to get back to that. Showmanship, again, big check. I'm going to get back to that. Production, yeah, I mean, there was some production there. Clearly the lights were designed. The stage was very well designed. I loved the stage lineup on this performance. And they had the video screens going. So, I mean, yeah, they got production. They definitely got production. It's not a ton of production, but production's still there. So that's bonus points. Let's go back to those middle four. Stage energy, stage interaction, crowd interaction, and showmanship. It's one thing to hit all the boxes once. You know, you can interact with the crowd one time. You can get the check mark. And, you know, it's checked. It's a little bit of a weak check, but you'll still get the check mark, right? Okay. Let's go down that road. Let's just stick with crowd interactions. It's the most important one to me. So crowd interaction. You do it once. Okay, you got your check mark. Yeah, sure. You interact with the crowd maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Okay, now you got a much stronger check. Okay, you got a solid check now. You interact with the crowd multiple times throughout the entire song. Start, middle, end. And you are just constantly interacting with the crowd. And it's not just one person doing it. Everybody in the band is doing it at some point in time. That check now just got huge. You are doing what I like to call sharpening the saw. Yes, I got that from the 7 Habits. I know. But you are absolutely sharpening the saw. You are going back and you are doing it again and again and again. And you are never letting that saw blade go dull. That is awesome. I love seeing bands care enough about their live product. They're willing to put in the effort to keep doing those things. And let me tell you, folks, they sharpened the saw through the entire song on stage energy, stage interaction, crowd interaction, and showmanship. Constantly sharpening that saw. Utilizing the entire stage. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen bands with these elaborate stages, incredible stages, with a great setup, great stage design. They got stairs, they got ramps, they got wings off to the side, and the band stays right there in the middle, and they don't utilize any of that stage. And I'm just, that flabbergasts me. So let me get this straight. You guys are going to invest all this money into this elaborate stage, and you're only going to utilize a quarter of it.
Unacceptable!
Wow, what a waste of real estate. What a waste of money. If I had a stage, if I was able to play on a stage designed like that, you could not keep me still. I would be all over the place. I love elaborate stages, and this is definitely an elaborate stage. And it was great to see them utilize all of it. It wasn't just them staying in the middle and, you know, playing the song. Would there be anything wrong with that? No, but I would have called into question and gone, they got this big stage. Why don't they use it, you know? They utilized all of it. And it wasn't just Bono. It wasn't just Edge. It was all 4 of them. Even Larry utilizing the percussion. He was moving all over the stage too, which also led, by natural default, it led to some great stage interaction. where members are moving around, bumping into each other, and rather than just going, sorry, well, just let me go by. No, they would take the time to stop, turn back to back, and interact with each other, putting on a show, going back to showmanship, for the crowd. Man, tell me that didn't look good. Tell me when you saw Edge and Larry go back to back. Tell me that didn't look good. When Larry and Bono went back to back, tell me that didn't look good, you know? Tell me this doesn't look like a fun time. Tell me it doesn't look like they are having fun playing on stage with each other, showing that camaraderie. Tell me that does not look good. I dare you to try and tell me that. I dare you. I guarantee you, that's not gonna fly. The crowd interaction, right from the beginning, Bono getting them to clap and leading the charge. You know, raise your right hand. Cool, now raise your left hand. Now start to clap with me. Here's the pattern. And he would clap the pattern, leading the charge, leading by example. And then later on, you know, you saw Edge interact with the crowd. You saw Adam interact with the crowd. You saw Larry interact with the crowd. Bono interacting with the crowd some more, doing the call and response vocals with the crowd. Lots of crowd interaction. I love that. I love everything about it. And then, of course, showmanship going hand in hand with everything that we saw. And I love it when people say you expect too much, DH. You expect too much. What do you want? You want them, God. You want them to be doing cartwheels? You want to jump into flaming hoops? You know, you want to, still my favorite to this day. You want them to be shot out of a cannon? No, I don't want any of that. This is all I'm looking for. Was this right here? This live performance checked off every single box. It's exactly what I look for in a live performance. It all comes down to one word: effort. I saw a ton of effort in this live performance. And like I said, not just a one-off, not just interact with the crowd once, that's it. No, it was through the entire performance. Sharpening that saw on 4 out of the 6 boxes, technically 5. Actually, no, technically all 6, because production was going on through the entire thing. So was the stage presence, along with the stage interaction, crowd interaction, stage energy, and showmanship. So they were sharpening the saw actually on all 6. Man,
it doesn't get any better than this.
For those of you who are going, you know, well, you still expect too much. No, I don't. Maybe you just don't expect enough. Maybe your expectations are too low. Maybe you've accepted mediocrity for so long that when excellence shows its face to you, you don't know what to do with it.
Suck it to him.
It's very possible. Maybe you need to raise your standards. Maybe you need to find another band to call your favorite, one that's actually worth your time and effort. Just saying, you know, it's just an idea. But in any case, fantastic live performance. Live performance was outstanding. And it brought it up a full point from a 7.7 to an 8.7. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.7, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.